Hey, what's going on? Aaron here. Hope you're doing well. If you're watching this video right now, you might be checking out Filthy Rich Writer, and maybe you're wondering, is this a good strategy for you to learn how to do copywriting so that you can offer your copywriting skills to all sorts of different businesses, entrepreneurs, companies, websites, that sort of thing from all over the world and make virtual income that way, okay? Now, I'm going to review Filthy Rich Writer to find out whether this is legit and whether it's a good way for you to earn that additional income. At any time, though, if you want to get my favorite way to get to $5,000 to $10,000 100% from home, go ahead and click the link below and I'll send you my favorite strategy to get there straight to your email if you want to check that out, okay? Now, I've reviewed hundreds of different courses from all over the world in all sorts of different niches, all sorts of different business models, make money online websites, all sorts of strategies, and some of them are great and you can potentially make a lot of money, but a lot of them are actually a little bit of a waste of time. You can make very little money, and some of them are just straight up scams and fake websites. So let's take a look at Filthy Rich Writer to figure out, is this really legit and whether this is a good course for you to take to start making some money with copywriting, okay? So first of all, I want to say Filthy Rich Writer is a 100% legit website, all right? If you come to this website, this is a free website right here, all right, that teaches you all sorts of different skills on copywriting. So you don't actually have to pay for Filthy Rich Writer itself, right? It's created by Nikki Krozik, right? She is a very, very experienced copywriter, over 20 years of experience, and she does a really, really good job with this website, and you can kind of come here, have a look at it, go through the blog, get some great tips, okay? All sorts of different areas like mindset and business development, different book recommendations, pitching, copywriting tips if you want to learn how to become a copywriter, right? But if you really want to go deep, okay, then you really need to invest in her copywriting course. She calls it Copywriting Training Academy, all right? And that's what I'm going to be reviewing in today's video, okay? So if you would really like to, deep dive and learn to become potentially a copywriter, and this is for anyone who is either a complete beginner, you don't know anything about copywriting, you don't know anything about freelance writing, or maybe you already are a copywriter and you want to get a little bit better, then Comprehensive Copywriting Academy is going to teach you how to do that, okay? So their tagline is, "It is possible to make a great living as a writer," and that's true, by the way. Even with the advent of AI like ChatGPT, you can still make a very decent income if you have this writing skill set, because the world is a big place. There are a lot of people that need great copywriters, and even with AI technology, there will always be a place for skilled writing, okay? So that's what you need to understand, all right? So if you want to get more details, you could click on here, right? But this is a nice little background of Nikki's course, all right? And what she's actually going to teach you how to do. And again, you can be somebody who has never really done this before, and you can learn everything about the program. And if you want to get more details, you would click here and they would send you the details to the program. But I'm going to review that for you right now so that you don't necessarily have to do that yourself if you don't want to, okay? So what is this program all about? Well, first of all, Nikki is going to teach you how to become a copywriter, right? There is the core training, all right? And this is hours of content, all right? So very detailed. It's Nikki PowerPoint presentation slides, and she's got live coaching, and I'll talk to you all about that as well. But there's a few main things that she's going to teach you inside the program, all right? Comprehensive Copywriting Academy is, first of all, how do you build a portfolio, all right? How do you build a portfolio so that you can sell yourself? It's very important for you to learn the skill set, but also to learn how to sell yourself so that people will hire you, okay? The second thing is getting clients. How do you pitch companies in order for you to pick up a job, right? And that's the thing about copywriting, is that you're going to have to learn to reach out to different companies, different entrepreneurs, different people, different agencies, and pitch your skill set so that they can hire you and pay you for the work that you do. And there's two types of clients that you can pick up, right? It's either full-time clients, so maybe you work for an agency and you get a job with them, so it's an actual job, right? And some of these pay pretty well. You can make $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month becoming a full-time copywriter, right? So that's if you want to go down that route. Or you can pick up ad hoc clients where they pay you for a specific job. Okay, so they've got a budget, you give them your pricing, you would do the work for them, and then they would pay you. The only problem with that is that you're going to have to pick up that kind of work on a regular basis. But the great thing is if you become a good writer and you do a good job for a client, they might have you on retainer and bring you back for repeat jobs, if that makes sense. And then you can kind of build your income that way, pick up a couple of more clients every single month, and Nikki's going to teach you how to do that, okay? The third thing they teach you is how to write for specific mediums, right? So whether you are writing newspaper articles, maybe for a blog, maybe you're writing an ad, an ad kind of script, right? Or maybe you're writing, a banner ad or something like that. It really depends on what you're writing for, and she's going to teach you how to write for different types of mediums. And again, you don't have to be experienced in this. If you're a beginner, she's going to take you all the way from start to finish, okay? Fourth thing is about mindset, right? Because, writing isn't the easiest skill. You have to understand that becoming a freelance writer, becoming a good copywriter is a skill set. Okay, it's just like anything out there. It's just like learning how to do a backflip. If you don't know how to do a backflip and you want to learn it, it's going to be pretty hard, right? It's not the simplest thing out there. But if you go through the training and you apply yourself and you stretch yourself, it is possible to go from zero to a pretty decent copywriter and pick up jobs with this particular course, okay? So that's the mindset part. And then the final thing is all about scaling your business. How do you scale? How do you find lots of work so that you can, eventually move away from whatever, your 9-to-5 job, for example, and become a full-time writer from home virtually, if that's what you want to do. Or maybe you want to change your career and become a professional copywriter for a company like an agency. You can do that too. It just depends on what you want personally, okay? Another thing that you're going to get with the training is 2 live coaching calls with Nikki every single month. There is a Facebook group as well, which is very active, by the way, and there's a huge community in there, and everybody's helping each other, which is really, really nice to see, okay? So how much does this cost? Refunds, all that great stuff, all right? So this program costs $900, all right? It's not cheap, it's not expensive, it's somewhere in the middle. All right, there are a lot of copywriting courses that will cost around this kind of price. All right, expect to pay anywhere from $1,000 to a couple of $1,000s, sometimes even more for most copywriting courses. Comprehensive Copywriting Academy costs $900, right? And there's very, very minimal other fees that you need to implement inside of your business, quote unquote business, right? In order for you to get good results from this, because the rest of it really is, just putting your portfolio together, and really just emailing potential clients to try and pick up your jobs, if that makes sense. All right, there is a refund, but it's a 30-day conditional refund, and it's an action-based refund, and it's pretty difficult to hit, right? So if you want to get a refund in 30 days, you have to complete the full course. You have to go through all the modules, you have to fill up a bunch of forms, you have to email at least 25 potential clients, and with follow-up emails as well. And if you do all of those things within 30 days, then you can potentially get a refund, but it's quite a challenging thing to do because it's quite a big course, okay? So that's one of the complaints, is that a lot of people that want to get a refund, they can't get it because it's a conditional action-based refund. I think there's nothing wrong with that. Look, if you want to commit to becoming a copywriter, commit to the program. Otherwise, don't buy it, okay? Don't invest in something if you're not willing to do it. If you're here just to shop around, you don't really know if you want to do copywriting or you want to be a writer, then don't get into the program. It's as simple as that, right? If life changes or gets in the way, guys, just understand that you need to commit time to learning a new skill set, okay? And so that's why there is a conditional refund on Nikki's course, because it's a good program, right? And she practices what she preaches, okay? So if you're here to dabble, to shop around, and you don't want to commit to doing this, then I would say just don't get into the program at all right? What are the pros and what are the cons of this program, okay? So the pros are that it is a good program. There is a good community behind it. There is training. There is good support, right? And Nikki's program is very comprehensive, right? And start to finish, all right? It's not very expensive. It's not very cheap. It's somewhere in the middle. So I think that it's priced very well for what it is, all right? What are some of the cons, unfortunately? Some of the cons are, well, there is a conditional refund. You might see that as a pro or a con, all right? So it's quite difficult to get a refund if this is not something that you really want to do. I would say learning a copywriting skill is also a very, very difficult thing to do, all right? Even though she has a lot of really good success stories, okay? If you actually, do the research on this, people have said some great things about Comprehensive Copywriting Academy. They've said some great things about Nikki, but please understand that copywriting as a skill set is a difficult thing to master, right? It's gonna take you quite a long time. This is not something where you're going to get results in a month, okay? If you look at a lot of the student results from Comprehensive Copywriting Academy, it's taken them quite a long time to get those results. 6 to 12 months is very, very normal, right? But if you're serious about it, if you're serious about transitioning from whatever you're doing right now in your life to becoming either a part-time or full-time copywriter, either joining an agency to become a full-time copywriting staff, or maybe picking up virtual jobs and doing individual jobs for people all over the world 100% online, then this is a very realistic skill set that you can learn. You just have to understand that it does take time. You have to apply yourself, you have to stretch yourself, and you do need to work very hard and consistently at this in order to do that, right? But if you do that, going from whatever you're doing right now to potentially making $5,000 to $10,000 a month, or a little bit more depending on how good you are at this, is very, very possible. And a lot of Nikki's students have done that. Just understand that it is quite difficult to do, that's all. Okay, but if you're serious, then I highly recommend this particular program if you want to check it out. All right, so if you want to check it out, you can come to Filthy Rich Writer. Okay, this is the main website right here, filthyrichwriter.com, and then you can click on Take a Look at the top, and you'll be led to a Comprehensive Copywriting Academy website, and then you can jump into this if you would like to learn to become a copywriter. All right, now I hope you enjoyed this review. If you are watching this video right now, maybe you are looking for a way to generate more income for yourself, but perhaps you're not 100% set on becoming a copywriter. All right, maybe for some reason you saw this on social media, you saw an ad for it, you got led here, and you're considering becoming a writer, but you don't really know if that's really what you want to do, right? Writing is not for everybody. It's a great skill set, don't get me wrong, okay? But the reality is that it's still a job, okay? It's better than working a full-time job. I mean, if you work in an agency, you're still going to be working a full-time job anyway. But if you decide to become a virtual writer and pick up ad hoc projects for people, then you can really move away from that, typical 9 to 5 kind of work environment and start controlling your own time. But you have to understand that even with virtual copywriting, you're still working a job. Okay, you're still offering your services to people and getting paid for it. You're trading time for money. All right. Now, if you're online and you're looking for something where you don't necessarily want to trade your time for money anymore, but you do want to generate income, maybe you want to learn to leverage the internet and technology and tools and software, and maybe only work 1 to 2 hours a day but still earn hundreds of dollars a day, it's possible. You just have to know where to look, and I've been able to do it. I've trained hundreds of students all over the world to do that, and if you would like to check that out, my favorite strategy to get to $5,000 to $10,000 every single month, 100% from home, just click the link below and I'll send you that strategy straight to your email if you would like to check that out. Okay, completely up to you. So I hope you enjoyed this review of Comprehensive Copywriting Academy. Speak to you soon. All the best to you, and I hope to see you in another product review. Take care.